Boxing Truth here. It's been reported by many news outlets that Guillermo Rigondeaux is going to be returning on March 12th. He surprisingly will be making his UK debut. He will be fighting a fighter named James Dickens at super bantamweight at the Echo Arena in Liverpool. It's on the undercard of the lightweight title fight between Terry Flanagan and Darian Matthews for the WBO title at lightweight. It's promoted by Frank Warren. It's interesting that Guillermo is going to be making his debut in 2016 in the UK. He's still promoted by Rock Nation and Caribe, but after that boring performance on the Canelo Cotto undercard, it's possibly very difficult to get Guillermo back on U.S. television. So at least Rigondeaux is active. He's going to get a fight in 2016 pretty quick. I don't know too much about his opponent. I did watch some tape on him. There's nothing special about James Dickens. He's not a bad fighter. He's just 21-1, 6 KOs. He's still pretty much at the British level. He's no world beater yet. He's not a plotter or nothing. He's got decent athleticism. He's got in and out. He jumps in and out movement. But he only throws like mostly one shot at a time. Not much power behind the shots. If he throws a combination, it's only maybe like one or two times in a round, and no more than 2 or 3 punches. Young kid, 24, just hasn't fought the level of competition to be considered a big threat to Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux is getting up there in age. He didn't look good his last fight. It was a sparring session. He took it very light against 3-round Francisco. He just wasn't explosive at all. He just out-touched him for 12 rounds. This is scheduled for a 10-round fight. Rigondeaux is going to have to... He's going to have to make a statement in this fight. He's going to have to look explosive for fans to have any interest in watching him again. He's going to have to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to have to go out there and dominate and make it demand for fans to demand a fight between him and the winner of Quake Frampton. Now, that's the goal of Rigondeaux. He wants to get in the ring with one of those fighters, the winner of Quig and Frampton. That will be taking place later this month on February 27th. And Rigondeaux is gonna have to look good in this fight. You can't have another horrid performance. You can't just out-touch this guy for 10 rounds. He needs to get in there, do damage. This kid's very hittable. He's southpaw. He jumps in and out, so he has solid athleticism, but he's wide open for counters. Doesn't throw his punches by the book. Throws wild uppercuts with his left hand. Could counter easily. A lot to exploit for Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux has to be explosive in this fight. He needs to push for a knockout. I don't care if it's in his nature that he likes to just lay back and outpoint the guys. He has to understand that this is the hurt business. He has to entertain his fans. He needs to wow the crowd. He needs to showcase his skills, athleticism, his speed, and punching power. And he has all those. He has everything in his arsenal to make a good performance against James Dickens. Now, of course, the goal is to fight the winner of Quig Frampton, but Frampton and Quig have been vocal in saying they have no problem fighting Rigondeaux next. But are their teams interested in making the fight? Also, Rigondeaux is still champion in recess for the WBA, and if the fight was to go to a purse bid, Rigondeaux would get a 55% of the purse. If it was to go to a purse bid, this is according to WBA. And I'm not sure Quig or Frampton, whoever comes out of that fight as the winner, will be interested in giving Rigondeaux the lion's share of the purse when they're the ones there that have fan bases and put asses in the seats where they fight. So it could be a very difficult negotiation for that fight to happen. I won't believe that fight happens till I see it. But if it was offered to any U.S. network. The U.S. network has to pick that fight up. It's a significant fight in the super bantamweight division. It's time for these guys to start fighting each other. The first, it's Scott Quigg and Carl Frampton. Finally, they will fight in February. I'm favoring Scott Quigg to win the fight. And then, of course, I want to see the winner to fight Rigondeaux, because it's time for Rigondeaux to get those big fights. He's getting up there in age. He's not getting any younger. He'll be 36 this year. Time is running out for Rigondeaux to make his mark in this sport. Only 16 fights in his career since he turned pro in 2009. Not a lot of activity. Anyways, March 12th at the Echo Arena in Liverpool is the first assignment for Rigondeaux. Hopefully he looks explosive. Hopefully he wows the crowd and make more of a demand for a potential fight with the Quigg Frampton winner. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.